that every single time we can bring it in, we do. It normally takes a year, year and a half. And when we do finally get it back, it is always very, very, very limited. So yeah, this has been well over a year since the last time we've had our horse cuff. So want to share, you have to get as close as we possibly can. This is like, talk about telling an entire story. Talk about big and bold and tremendous amount of sterling silver. This is 7 1/8 of an inch, so this will comfortably fit, I would say, from a 6 1/2 or about 6 3/4 up to a 7 3/4, 8-inch wrist. But Jen, I'm gonna jump right out to you. This has been one of our most requested cuff bracelets since the day we launched it. Please tell us about this magnificently talented artisan.
This cuff was made by Jeremy Duggarito, and he's well known for his overlay designs. Everything is made by hand. He actually draws out the design onto a silver sheet, and then what he does is he hand cuts each and every piece out by hand and solders them on the cuff. And so you're going to see the hand stamped designs, that the artwork that is on there. You're going to see the depiction of horses. Horses are actually well known for their sense of, direction, because they don't know the difference between, good and evil, right or wrong. And so they're well known. They're considered family, actually. And so they always point you into the right direction, because underneath their foot, you're going to see actually a picture of like an arrowhead. And so when you see that arrowhead, you're going to know that you're in good hands, because that horse is going to take you directly back home. And so what you see here is a depiction of probably what he sees out on the reservation, his homeland. And so we see things like that every single day out here in the Southwest. Horses running freely out in the desert. You're going to hear the thunder of their hooves. You're going to hear them, with their cries of laughter. I call it laughter when they start jumping around. You're going to see the colts from when they were born, and growing up with their own family every single year. I call them tribes too as well, because they keep coming back, and you're going to see the family growing bigger and bigger.
Wow. I love that story. And how long approximately, Jen, would it take to create just one of these cuffs?
That is, it differs from artisan to artisan, because the amount of artwork that they have to put into it, and the amount of hand cutting. You're gonna picture someone sitting there with a thin piece of silver and hand cutting each piece with a silver wire hand cutter, and just looking at that person sitting there and just cutting each and every design out is very labor intensive. And just to get every single piece right, they're going to have to put their artwork into the cuff. So that is what you see there.
Yeah, nothing that can be produced in a day, that's for sure.
No, no.
No, this is...
Can't crank these out, no. These are all handmade by Navajo Native Americans out in the Southwest and out in New Mexico, out in their homelands. So a lot of them live out way in the bush in the desert. And so what you see here is what they see every day. Like I said, horses are out there, they're dogs, you see sheep. And so they're in their element. They're living at one with the land. And so a lot of that artisan artwork that you see here at HSN, whether it be the earrings or rings or, the sways of the stamps, and you're going to see bright, suns on some of the stamp work. It just depends on the artisan and what they see and what they're feeling at that moment.
Amazing. Look at that. And each one will be stamped, correct, Jen? I mean, there you can see the artisan's name right here on the inside. I mean, this is as true, one-of-a-kind, custom-made Southwestern jewelry as you get. I'm so glad we saw it on Angie. So you can really appreciate the size of the cuff and what, obviously what a wonderful statement it makes. It's strong. This is true Southwestern jewelry. I mean, at its absolute finest, that normally, again, going back with this relationship being direct, HSN, with the artisans and Jennifer, something like this in retail, and I am not kidding you, especially where the prices of where silver is now, would be thousands and thousands of dollars. And people love that, and they pay that because you're getting something that's one of a kind and will be more and more valuable and cherished. It's just really a masterpiece. That is a true work of art. It's an investment piece, but it's something that you will be more than delighted when you get it at home. Okay, so we also have, actually, to go along, if you want, with the cup, another, our horse motifs, which you'll find often in Native